In today's video, we're going to be looking at AMC and record revenue for MMTLP. We're going to be looking at the 184 trades which were too late to cancel at $2,400 and the reasons for the TLTC, and also a quick update on Tiximo CRWV, which was featured in one of the previous videos. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from Reuters, we can see that Wall Street is up more than 1% as Trump has now backed down on the EU tariffs. So there has been a deal, and that is basically an extension. And what we can see here, Trump has just been informed that the EU has called to quickly establish meeting dates. So these meeting dates are in respect of a potential deal with Europe as well. So let's have a look at a reaction in terms of the markets and the heat map. We can see an almost clean sweep of green, with many of the stocks up, including the tech sector doing quite nicely. So one of the areas that does not do well when the stock market is doing exceptionally well is gold, and right now the instant impact on gold is now down 2% as the market goes fully risk on. So there is more greed in the market. And in terms of the other news from Trump and also DJT, shared live in the Discord, Trump media goes all in on Bitcoin. We're looking at $2.5 billion treasury deal. So they dropped this $2.5 billion crypto play to raise funds with using Bitcoin, and basically what we can see is a huge spike in DJT there. So let's see how that plays out. So again, also a huge week also for earnings. Tomorrow is the big one that we're looking at, and that is Nvidia. As well as that, we also have Marvel, Costco, Dell, Carnival, and many more. And finally, a quick review of one of the previous videos where I looked at Tiximo CRWV. That was shared 4 days ago, and now the stock today up over 16%, and over the previous 5 days up over 32%. So congratulations to everybody who followed the video where we talked about a $29.9 billion revenue backlog. So great news there for CRWV. So go ahead and check out that video. Before we get started, I'd like to take 1 minute of your time to share details of the Trading Secrets Discord. This includes daily stock alerts shared in the pre-market, the weekly watches shared prior to trading on the Monday, the $1 Million Challenge, and much more. So we also have had some tremendous calls in the weekly watch list, as well as the daily stock alerts, and these include LEAES up over 152% on the week, DOMH up over 210% on the week, IGTI up over 77% on the week, and many more. We have a new channel called Top Ranked Stocks DD, and this includes PDF reports which you can download and use for research and due diligence. Obviously you can join us in live trading chat as well. We've just had a $2,000 Discord update which includes breaking news for stocks, including bio stocks, earnings, analyst ratings, Reddit news, why the stock is moving, and much more. And as well as that, you can join us in the famous $1 Million Challenge where we look at compound return investing and 201 trades. And just a reminder of the power of compounding. If you have 1 cent, you double that for 30 days, you would have over $5 million, but we are using a strategy of just a 3.5% return. Let's start by having a look at Tiximo AMC, and one of the other stocks that we also featured in the previous video was GME, and what we stated that this is a stock that is trending on the Bitcoin surge, and there was a huge investment there covered in the previous video for GME. So go ahead and check that out. And if we have a look at both stocks here together at open market, both of them surging vertically, and at time of editing, at that time GME was up 6.9% and AMC was 8.18%, and AMC went considerably higher. So in the Discord we shared news in our Why Is It Moving channel stating that AMC Entertainment shares are trading higher after the company announced new historic records for revenue and attendance during the Memorial weekend. So this was excellent news, and I also shared here that the stock was up over $4 on the same trading day after this news of record revenue. So we can see a headline here, AMC skyrockets 24% on strong Memorial Day revenue. So that's the positive news, and we can see here the company reached record breaking numbers in the theatres, and they were visited by 7 million people between Thursday and Monday, and obviously there was an instant reaction in the share price. So we can see here basically in terms of a reaction from the CEO. He stated here, it will finally appear that our industry has turned a corner and we firmly expect to be enjoying a robust theatrical box office as we look ahead. So great news there for AMC. Let's have a look at MMTLP, and following on from the previous video where we looked at Johnny Tobacco's estimate of 21,000 shares being sold for $26 million on Etrade. Shout out here to Jeffrey, who's also shared a too late to cancel order for 184 shares at $2,400 amongst a few others, including $999 and also $1,500, $500, $1,200 and $900. And what he stated here, he agrees with Gift on Glass, also featured in the previous video, with regard to truth will prevail. And when the US regulatory system and the government and Congress and the Senate representatives fail, the judicial and executive branches of the government must investigate and prosecute. We're looking at right now approximately 898 days of loss. And what Glass Guy has done is looked into the too late to cancel, and he's talked about the glitches keep coming. So the question here is basically, in terms of too late to cancel, it typically means the order was already in execution process when the cancellation request was made. But in the case of a halted stock, no order should be executing at all, so there should not be anything to cancel in the first place. And this basically suggests the trade was legitimate and it should have gone ahead. And what we can see here basically in another post from Glass Guy, he's now talking about potential evidence of synthetic shares for MMTLP, and he's shared one of the screenshots which is looking at a turnover very low, 0.03%, but the shares outstanding 296.69 million, and we know this is a lot more than the 165. So when did MMTLP get to 296 million outstanding shares, and why are there so many inconsistencies around this stock? So again, same question answered for this, and it states here most reasonable explanation is that it was subject to naked short selling, brokerage level accounting methods, and obviously officially there were approximately 165 million shares, so it leads to a presence of synthetic shares, and this could have caused the 296 million outstanding shares. And what Jason has stated, the confusion with MMATCIK showed that MMTLP with 296.6 million shares by the brokers on May 2022 10Q from MMAT, showing that as a float. So that's evidence, and he states here the argument and evidence is in the lawsuit he's filed already, and the SEC should get a response from him this week. So let's see how that develops. And finally, I'm going to finish off by giving a shout out to the previous week's weekly watch list. The latest weekly watch list is now available, so go ahead and join us in the Discord. Details and link is available in the description below. But in the previous week we called out stocks such as QBTS up over 50%, TMC up over 27.5%, GEV up over 9.7%, and many more. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.